I know you are none of these people I have mentioned. As you are not their sibling, you are not their parent, you are not a stranger, but all that I have mentioned helps you become aware of the expectation that strangers have for you, that her siblings have for you, and her parents that they have for you. So, as you are looking at them from this perspective, their parents are also looking at you from that perspective. And that's the expectation of you. So, you have to do your due diligence by acting accordingly, by paying attention to all these items and making sure that you are not lacking behind in any of these items. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the Major Pain Podcast, the only podcast crafted to guide men like you on unraveling your uniqueness to transform the world around you. If you are a lady joining us, feel comfortable to listen as we hope women learn how to build better men through the golden nuggets we will be sharing and learning. Follow this podcast wherever you are listening. Kindly like and subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube. I know it's been 2 months since I published my last episode. I really appreciate those of you that checked in on me. I know some of you were just like, hey, Paul, it's been a while. I saw you post an episode. Hope you're okay. Hope everything is fine. I really appreciate those check-ins. It means a lot to me. While I was away, I got to realize how important just talking about the topics that we've been focused on in this podcast, how relevant they are, and how there's a need for us to keep having these conversations on building unique men in the world. I had to gift myself some time off because I got bored of a lot of things and I decided to try new things. I had to uninstall some old habits and I had to install some new habits. I had to challenge myself physically, spiritually, and intellectually. For the physical aspect, I had to register in a gym to achieve my 5 a.m. goal of waking up and staying fit. And that really helped because it opened my eyes to a lot of things I didn't even know about regarding diet, regarding exercise, and even some terminologies, some routine and all that. And I figured out that these were things that I truly wanted to know, but I didn't just know how to go about the process. And I really had to spend time and dedication just learning these things and practicing them, which is most importantly. And now they are like part of my routine and part of my life. And I intend keeping this attitude and behavior consistent. It's not a one-time thing. I'm not just going to the gym because I just want to like get buffed and I'm done afterwards. Nah, it's a lifetime practice. Also with the diet too, I had to tweak my diet. I had to go for a couple of checkups and all that just to make sure that everything is working well. I'm fine, I'm fit, and I'm okay. There's something about we Africans. I would just say, well, as a Nigerian, man, honestly, going to the clinic for checkup, man, unless something is wrong with you, unless you start feeling that pain in a way that, yeah, that you can't move anymore, then you begin to like, oh, okay, I think I need to go see a doctor. But my wife, she tells me that you don't need to have that pain yet before you go. Just go do checkup and see how it is, and that way you can know what exactly where you are at, and that would just help you know, okay, regards to diet, regards to this, regards to that. And I noticed that I had a bad sleeping habit. I was pretty much going to bed too late and waking up too early, so my body wasn't having a lot of rest and the time it needed to rest. So I just decided to like chill. I know for some of you who are curious to know what was the result, it's perfect. Everything perfect. The doctor is really stunned with my vitamin D level, my testosterone level. Because guys, honestly, you gotta go check your testosterone level just to be sure that you are still a man. For real. As a man, there's a particular age you get to that everything you eat, no matter how little you think it is. It affects your hormone, it affects your mood, it affects every single thing. And the last thing you want to do is not having those things checked at the right time, because that way you prepare yourself up for failure if you are not doing those check-ins at the appropriate time. So I just encourage you, if you have the benefits, if you have the means, just do these items, and that way you set up yourself for success. Okay, I had to purge my system from the bad things around me, and I had to fill my spirit with the right items. You know, if you look at the world right now, there's just so many crazy things happening here and there. I figured out that there's this sense of provocation that is just happening. Like when you look at the news, the headlines, it just provoke you, and that can stimulate some sense of bad thoughts and trigger negative emotions that are not healthy for you as a person and for you in your relationship. And I'm still learning this thing. I'm still learning how to detox myself from certain things and how not to react to certain topics and not to make other people's problem my problem. Yeah. So I had to just do a lot of deep dive into my spiritual life and spiritual journey. And intellectually, I had to take a couple of courses. So my workplace, I don't know, some of you don't know that I work with a nonprofit as digital media program. So one thing I love about my organization is that they pride professional development, which I love. So I get to take a couple of courses, some certification courses, most of them certification courses. I am currently taking one on social psychology, while another one on digital marketing. And then I still have social media marketing to take, as well as another digital marketing certification later this year. The goal for me is I want to be a digital marketing facilitator and a digital media facilitator. So yeah, just mix them both. I really want to dive deeper into the teaching aspect, because I can see a lot of people are interested in this thing, but they don't know how to go about it. Over the past year, I have taught so many people. I just can't count right now how many people I have taught digital media tools, and I've gotten to see them. I've seen people who have no idea, like zero knowledge, being able to create amazing portfolio at the end of the day, just because of my curriculum, my teaching style, my teaching guide, and how passionate I am about people's learning. My organization is super proud about this, and we just had a recent fundraising event, and there were about 2 of my graduates who came for the fundraising to talk about their experience. And I currently have a cohort right now that will be finishing in October, and I'm just so amazed to see the great things they're coming up with. The beautiful thing is all this is done virtually. How much more if we are to either be in person? I still have clients I mentor outside of my organization on digital mentorships, and just feel free to reach out to me if that's something that you feel like you want to know more about, or say these are skills that you are hungry to learn. You got the right facilitator, you got the right mentor, you got the right teacher, you got the right tutor. And life coaching just adds up to this whole process. I'm so grateful that I'm a life coach, because it has taught me, equipped me, and given me the tools and practice, knowledge, methodology, and everything I need to make this a reality. I'm still gonna be a life coach for sure. I mean, that's my life. That's the air I breathe, life coaching, especially focusing on unique masculinity and creating topics and content that is tailored to the man. Trust me, I'm not going anywhere on that. Like, I'm in this for life, okay? I'm gonna be your life purpose coach and your digital media mentor. This brings me to you. Like, I missed blogging, I missed content creation, I missed podcasting. That is what I'm built for. That is seriously what I'm built for. For 2 months, I haven't created an episode. I feel like something is missing, and it's hard time I start doing what God has called me to do. Sometimes I hear the Holy Spirit just whispering in my ear, where are the topics that I've given you to go to go speak on? Where are the topics I've given you to go write on? And I'm like, the clock is ticking. Like, regardless of how busy I am, I have to manage my time more effectively in order for me to be able to bring these things to you. So here I am with a topic, an awesome topic that we're going to be focusing on. I see you see the title. Today, I will be talking about the winning perspective to building long lasting relationships. I will be focusing on those who are already in a relationship. If you're a single person listening to this, you're welcome to learn for your future, for real. Like, this is a great topic that I have been practicing these items, and I feel it's hard time I get to share this wonderful perspective that is working a lot of wonders for me. And I know deep down is going to work well for you. If you are to start practicing it, or if you are single, you know it now, and you start prepping yourself to practice it for the future. And you can still practice it right now, even with some friendships or relationships you might be in. All right, so let's dive into this. One of the main things that keep you in love with your spouse or partner isn't the feeling you have for them, but the thoughts you own in your head about them. Many relationships fail today because people refuse to see their partner for who they are and what they are. They don't only fail to have those conversations that can open up their partner's true identity and intentions, but they also fail to push themselves further towards having the right thoughts in mind about their partner. A healthy relationship is work. An enlightened relationship is hard work. Let's break it down. Long-lasting relationships are beyond feelings. How you feel can change within seconds, but what you think is what controls your emotion. So let's look at it this way. Your thoughts control your emotions. If you can take charge of your thoughts, you can change your feelings for good. APA.org, that is American Psychological Association, wrote an article about cognitive behavioral therapy, that's CBT for short, in their post-traumatic disorder guidelines section. In the article, What is Cognitive Behavioral Therapy? It says that CBT is a form of psychological treatment that has been demonstrated to be effective for a range of problems, including depression, anxiety disorders, alcohol and drug use problems, marital problems, eating disorder, and several mental illness. Numerous research suggests that CBT leads to significant improvement in functioning and quality of life. In many studies, CBT has been demonstrated to be as effective as or more effective than other forms of psychological therapy or psychiatric medication. Did you know that you can practice CBT on yourself? For real, like, I'm asking you this question. Some people feel that they have to pay for a session to meet a psychologist or a psychiatrist in order for them to get to use these tools or practice. I understand, like, they will sure guide you through the process and all that, but you can use CBT on yourself, by yourself. You can coach yourself, for real. I've been doing it on myself all along. If you can make it an intentional practice, you will find the perspective I will share with you very helpful. One core principle for CBT is that psychological problems are based in part on faulty or unhelpful ways of thinking. CBT usually involves efforts to change thinking patterns. This strategy might include learning to recognize one's distortion in thinking that are creating problems and then re-evaluate them in light of reality. I will drop the link to the article in the description so you can read it and follow up on every other thing they are talking about CBT. However, I just decided to laser focus on the thinking aspect because that's what we are looking at in this topic. The first winning perspective you can use to build long-lasting relationship is to, number one, look at your partner from a stranger's perspective. Can you remember the first time you met your partner or you saw your partner? What were the thoughts that rushed into your head? What were your plans for them? I mean, when you saw them, you must have had some thoughts, you must have had some plans, and you decided to chase this person. It's not like you just woke up one day and you saw that you were in the same house with them or you were taking a ride with them. I mean, you had to go through a process to get to know them. You went through a process to get to make them understand that, hey, I want to be with you. So the more you think about it, the more the feelings gets to rise. I still remember the very first day I connected with my wife on Hinge, how I felt, how it was, the conversation. I still go back to the early conversations we had. I got it saved. I just look at it and it just makes me remember, like, wow, I never knew 2 years from now I will be with this lady. Like, she will be in my kitchen. She would be with me. She will be making strategic plans with me. She will be praying for me. Like, all these things I didn't know, for real. But at that time, there were things that I was envisioning. So now that we're living in that future, I get to flash back and I think about it. So I want you to do the same. What made you fall in love with them? Why didn't you fall in love with someone else in the first place? Why was it them you chose to be with? We forget these things. That's why we need to use these perspectives to keep ourselves in check and to note that we are on the right path. If you're falling out of love, or if you feel like you're going through so many issues in your relationship, I want you to take some time to reflect on this. What made you fall in love with them in the first place? Now, the second winning perspective to build long-lasting relationship is look at your partner from a sibling's perspective. If they were your siblings, how would you feel about them towards achieving their goals or becoming the best thing they ever thought of? This thought will make you recognize their hard work, their consistency. It will make you want to act as an ally rather than acting as an antagonist. You look at them and it just makes you feel like, oh my gosh, I really don't have to hurt this person. I don't need to hurt them. And every single thing that has been making me feel like they are against me, no, like, we are in this together. We are family. We are one. We are here to build each other. I desire the best for them. Trust me, this perspective really works because I don't know about you. If you come from a good family, I think the last thing you want for any of your siblings is for them to be hurt. So you tend to cherish the moment that you get to spend with your partner in the situation, and then you just become more aware about a lot of things that you have been ignoring. And this itself is one perspective that makes you want to warm up to them and just say, hey, I see you. I see the great work you're doing. And I appreciate you for working so hard. I appreciate you for being so consistent. I'm here for you. We can do this. We are family. We're here for each other. We're here to help each other. I'm here for you. We're going to go through this together. Trust me, this works. Yeah, the third winning perspective to build long-lasting relationships is look at your partner from a parent's perspective. If your partner was your child, how would you feel towards them? Would you desire the best for them? Would you pray for them? Would you love them beyond words? Would you support them in achieving their goals? The list goes on and on. I know you are none of these people I have mentioned. As you are not their sibling, you are not their parent, you are not a stranger, but all that I have mentioned helps you become aware of the expectation that strangers have for you, that her siblings have for you, and her parents that they have for you. So as you are looking at them from this perspective, their parents are also looking at you from that perspective, and that's their expectation of you. So you have to do your due diligence by acting accordingly, by paying attention to all these items and making sure that you are not lacking behind in any of these items. The duty of a partner is to build someone, is to get them to achieve their goal faster if they were single. Too bad that some relationships will take you back 10 to 15 years behind instead of 10 to 15 years ahead. Relationships were designed to take you farther and further. Imagine in the Bible it says one would chase 1,000 and two would chase 10,000, meaning that when two people come together, they get to multiply whatever action it is, and the result is multiplied as well. So if you are not seeing things from perspectives like this, I urge you to do so. I encourage you to do so, because these are the things that will help you to have a positive thought about your partner. The fourth winning perspective to build a long-lasting relationship is see them as God sees them. Your partner is a gift from God. God gave you your partner to take care of them and for them to take care of you. How you treat God's gift will determine how blessed you will be. Some people truly don't take care of their partner in the best way, and it shows in their life. It shows in the fruit of their life. Their work either not going well, or their life is just sad and miserable. Why? Because their home is not put into place. Their relationship is very sad, and that just reflects in how they approach life, their life choices, their life decision, even how they look. Some people are not looking happy, they're not looking good, because deep inside they're struggling with a lot of things. They are maltreating the gift that God has blessed them with. And my hope for you is that you don't bring curse on yourself by maltreating your partner. Treat them with love and treat them with care. Treat them with respect. See them as God sees them. God sees them as beautiful, bold, brilliant, vibrant. You want to see them that way. How willing are you to get your partner to achieve God's purpose over their life? Like, my vow to my wife is that I would make her achieve God's purpose over her life. And every time I tell her this thing, my goal is to make sure that you achieve God's purpose for your life. As simple as that. And I have to check myself multiple times to make sure that I am not hindering her from achieving or fulfilling the purpose that God has for her life. And whenever we will have some type of argument, I make sure that I check myself to say, okay, am I hindering her? If I'm not, then I let her know that, okay, I am not hindering you. This is my purpose. This is why I'm here. This is my commitment to you. So guys, we have to hold ourselves accountable to these things. We have to hold ourselves accountable to the roles we play and how we play these roles. Now let's wrap this up. Doing all this I have said will cause you to dot your I's and cross your T's. These winning strategies are ways you can use to gauge and spice up your love for your partner. You suddenly feel the need to care for them a lot more. You see how hard they are working and how much they need to be listened to. You suddenly become an ally rather than an opponent. That is, if you were antagonizing them. And I just want to encourage you guys that you have to be very protective of your partner. Make sure that you do all it takes to protect their mental health, their spiritual health, their financial health, their intellectual health. It's your duty to protect your partner. Vice versa. Men, protect your ladies. Ladies, protect your man. And let them know that this is why I'm protecting you, because I care about this relationship and I want the best out of this relationship. So I'm going to do the needful, protect you and care for you. Let me know what you think about this topic. Is there, are these things that you are doing already? Are these things that you are practicing already? Or have you practiced this? Just let me know. And if you say you've practiced it and you have some result, I would like to hear from you. Just reach out to me at Instagram or at LinkedIn. At Instagram, you'll find me at Major Pane INTL. You can check the description to see my social media handles. And you can shoot me a message. You can check my website, www.majorpainintl.ca. I have some great articles that are there that I still get comments up to date because of how evergreen those blog articles are. And that's the goal. The goal is to bring items that can equip you for life, forever, not just in a short run. Nah, we are looking at eternity. We are looking at eternal values and eternal principles and concepts. Well, I look forward to the next episode. You definitely don't want to miss it. I will just keep creating this content and pushing it out, and I encourage you to engage and feel free to reach out to me. I wish you the best. Take care, stay awesome, stay loved. God bless you, and we shall see. Cheers.